Hello everyone, it's American Girl Spirit here, and today we are going to be talking about lots of amazing stuff, including princess bedrooms. So that is going to be really cool, and I'm really excited to be doing the very first AGS live stream with you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. This is going to be really fun to talk about some of the American Girl products as well as Disney and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm really excited. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. I'm again really happy to be doing this stream. Now I do have a few things that I want to talk about quickly before we get into the princess bedroom talk, which is going to be lots of fun, as I said. So first, we did a video and we voted on which historical doll I was going to be doing live reading for. We were going to be showing the collection, and we finally tallied all the results, and you know who it was, guys? It is going to be Mary Ellen Larkin. So that is really cool. I'm really excited to be doing the live reading of these books. There is more than one book in her collection. There's actually 3. So I can show you guys each one of her books. It's actually really cool because it comes in this little sleeve here. So that's actually pretty fun. So the first one in Mary Ellen's collection is this one right here, which we actually get to meet Mary Ellen Larkin, and yeah, that's going to be really cool. The one and only, it's a classic featuring Mary Ellen, so this is volume 1. This is the book that she actually comes with when you purchase her as a doll, so that is really cool. We actually have her doll, and we've done some of her collection already in some videos. We've reviewed some of her products and stuff like that. So that's really fun. Just trying to find somewhere to put the book in the meantime. The second book in her collection here is Taking Off. So this is it right here. And sometimes, guys, it's a bit confusing because it goes, oh wait, no, that's not this. Yeah, no, that is the second one. Classic 2. It's a bit weird because on the side of her book, it says Classic 1, Classic 2, and then it doesn't say anything on the third book, which it should say Classic 3. So sometimes they can get a little bit confusing. But yeah, Taking Off is the second book that we'll be reading. And then the third one is The Sky's the Limit, which this one apparently it has multiple different story endings and stuff, different paths that I guess you can take, which I'm actually really excited to sort of choose. It'll be a little bit different, I guess, of a read than the other books, obviously, because we actually get to choose. But this will be the last one that we do the reading for. So there's actually lots and lots to read. But that is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to start with the first book, obviously, and go from there. So the one and only will be the first book that we read in her collection. So Mary Ellen Larkin is from the 1950s. So that's a pretty fun era, pretty fun collection of stuff. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. Now I'm noticing here that we've got a little bit of a chat going. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. We've got DSA, AG Universe, Dancing Star, Happy Dolly Studio. That's a very happy name. And Mima. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the live stream today. So hopefully you guys enjoy these, and if you guys do, I can definitely schedule more of these in the future if you guys like them. So make sure to let me know in the chat. And as always, guys, if you enjoy the videos or the now live streams, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up to show your support to the channel. Okay, so now let's get into the exciting part of the stream, which we are going to be talking about Disney Princess Aurora. So the first thing that we're actually going to go ahead and talk about is some of the dolls and stuff like that, and some of the different looks that she has. So if we take a look here, just again, we're going to take a look at a lot of different Disney dolls, collector dolls, animator dolls, Jack's dolls. There's going to be a lot of different stuff sort of going on with that today that we're going to take a look at. We're also going to take a look at some American Girl dolls and compare to see which one we can actually use as our Princess Aurora doll. So this is Princess Aurora. This image is actually from the new Ralph Breaks the Internet movie, or it's based off of that, this image. So as we can see here, I just want to point out that she has blue eyes in this image. Now this is very important for what we're going to talk about, but just remember, In the newer versions of, I guess, her as a doll and her as a character, they're portraying her with blonde hair, blue eyes, which again, the blonde hair seems pretty obvious, but the blue eyes, maybe not so much. So it depends on how big of a Disney fan and how much you sort of pay attention to details that maybe you will have noticed what I'm about to show you. So anyways, this is Princess Aurora. Obviously, we can see the 3 fairies there who we absolutely love. They are loads of fun. So here we go. Here are some of the regular dolls here that we can see. These are Barbie-sized dolls. These are not collector doll like 18-inch or anything like that. So if we take a look at their dresses, they do vary. Now, Princess Aurora has a few different looks this way in terms of her classic princess dress. Her princess dress can come in 2 different colors, blue and pink. And if you guys have seen the movie, you will know it's because the fairies change the dress colors. It's a little bit of a thing between Flora and Merryweather. They're constantly fighting over whether the dress is going to be blue or whether the dress is going to be pink. And you know what? It's a really tough call because I love the dress in both colors. I think the blue, now that she's being portrayed with blue eyes, I think that it definitely, I have to say that the blue dress I really feel would make her eyes pop. Now, back when Princess Aurora was initially created, she had a very unique eye color. She had lavender eyes. So purple eyes, guys. So this is very, very unique because it is not realistic in terms of like a human eye color or even an American Girl eye color. This is blue versus purple. That's, again, very, very different. There has been some portrayal as well of Princess Aurora having brown eyes. That is not as common, but it is still relatively common. So as we can see in this image a little bit closer, the Disney sort of Barbie-sized or Barbie-looking doll. It's not a Barbie doll, but it is the size of a Barbie. But anyways, this is the Disney doll, and you can see here, if we zoom in really closely, that her eyes are, again, that lavender purple color, which is, again, very beautiful, but a little bit different than sort of what we're used to seeing realistically. And depending on the age of you guys and whether you have seen, again, her movie or sort of been following along with Princess Aurora, that will vary for sure. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. Also, too, you can tell the shade of blonde of her hair has changed. Now, she doesn't have a platinum blonde color. That would be Elsa, actually, who is the Disney princess who has platinum blonde. But she definitely is more of the true blonde color. So I feel both of these colors, if you look at the different dolls and stuff, they do portray different blonde colors, but she's still blonde. So I don't know which I would say is more suited to her. But you guys, if you have any feedback for that, you can always let me know in the chat here. So in this particular doll image, we can kind of tell that her eyes are more portrayed more as a blue, sort of midnight blue color, which again goes very beautifully with the dress that she has on in this image. So I find it depends on whether they put her in a pink dress versus a blue dress. They kind of change her eye color around a little bit. So just something a little bit interesting for you guys, a little bit of a fun fact there. Now, again, this is a closer look at sort of how they portray Princess Aurora as a Barbie-sized doll. And again, the purple eyes are pretty noticeable in this shot. That's why I chose this one, just because it does definitely show the eye color sort of the best that we've sort of been able to see so far. Now, these ones here, these are collector dolls. Now, these ones are a little bit larger in height. The dresses will have a lot more detail. Obviously, the price of these dolls goes up a little bit as well. But again, these are really, really beautiful. And I actually do have a bit of a treat for you guys today. I don't know how how many of you are into Disney collector dolls, but that is something that me and my mom we love collecting these dolls. And so we thought it might be cool to sort of show you guys one of the dolls that we have actually that is Princess Aurora. So I can actually show you guys that now. Why not? We'll talk about these outfits in a minute here. So this is the lid. I had to take it off in advance, guys, because it's actually it fits pretty snug on there. So I wanted to show you sort of the design on the outside cover. I'll sort of see here if it's showing it really well. So we can see she's in her blue dress there, which is really cool. We can see Maleficent's right beside her. Dun, dun, dun. But we can see that in this particular image, it looks more like she's got the blue eyes again. Again, this is more of a newer, again, Disney or Princess Aurora collector doll. So that is more realistic when she sort of has that. Now, this is the actual doll itself. So hopefully this will show. It's in a case, so hopefully it doesn't get any glare. But I'll just show you guys here. So that is Princess Aurora in there in her blue dress. Now, the detail is pretty impressive. I really, really like this. There's some other sort of awesome features inside, like Maleficent. Maleficent is actually in here as well. I'll turn it a little bit so we can take a look at her. Super cool. She's got her raven in there as well, which is pretty cool. Now, in this particular shot of the collector doll, I don't know if you guys were able to see that super perfectly, but she actually, again, like the outside cover of the box, she does have blue eyes on this doll as well, again, as her dress. So I feel like that is sort of a common theme. If she has pink, she's got purple eyes. If she's got a blue dress, she's got blue eyes. But again, I think they are sort of changing that sort of over time. But with this collector doll anyways, she has the blue eyes, which is, again, I think a little bit more modern and pretty cool. And again, keep that in mind when we actually choose the American Girl doll that is going to be portraying Princess Aurora, which we are going to take a look at here in just a minute. Now, these dresses on these particular collector dolls, as you can see from the one that I have, these are a little bit more detailed. These are a little bit more, they're a bit older. They're just images that I found for you guys, so you could take a look at some of, again, the different shots here and different dresses, because again, Aurora, she's got the very unique costumes, which I really want to point out there. So you can see that this dress has a lot more detail, not as realistic as from the movie. Like, I'd say the one that I have is more realistic to that, but this is definitely just beautiful. And then this one, pink one over here, again, the quality isn't amazing, so I apologize about this. It was hard to get a perfect image there, but it's the same. Like, the detailing is exactly the same. It is the same dress, just in pink. So they were put out two collector dolls, one with the blue, one with the pink. So if you guys have a favorite, you can always let me know here in the chat or write in the comment section if you guys are watching this a little bit later. Which particular dress do you like better? Do you like the pink look on Aurora, or do you like the blue? It's more like Flora or Merryweather. Who are you siding with here? All right, so now we're going to take a look at some other Princess Aurora dolls. Again, we're able to see the eye sort of color change and how that sort of reflects into, these are like more animator baby dolls and stuff like that. Or toddler dolls is another name for them. So this one here is a Disney animator, which is really cool. These are actually, this is a new thing, doll that came out around, I think it was just around Christmas. It was just before Christmas she was released. And I actually really like the look of this little baby doll. Her hair is a little bit shorter, but because she's supposed to be portraying as a little bit younger, that was pretty cool. They went with the pink dress for this, which was pretty awesome. Now this one, this is just another, again, toddler-sized doll. But we can see one portrays the blue, one portrays with the purple again. So again, common theme that seems to still be happening. This is a closer look at the two dolls there and sort of how their dresses vary a little bit. So pretty cool. Next, this is an actual, like, animator collector doll size. So there's the baby doll, which I just showed you, and then these are just the regular toddler doll size. So here, we love these. Absolutely love these. We think these are loads of fun. Great for collecting, and also too if you guys have kids or anything like that. They're very durable, and I find that they're a lot of fun to play with, especially with their hair. Like Barbie hair, I find not Barbie itself, but yeah, I guess Barbie dolls are sort of the same. And those Barbie size dolls, I find their hair tends to get a lot frizzier, and like you can style them like maybe like 50 times, but after that, like no way. But with these animators, there's a lot more that I feel like you can actually do with them. They kind of are somewhere between like a Barbie, I guess Barbie hair and an American Girl doll hair. So it's somewhere sort of in between that. I know that this particular one I think has a little bit of like gel in it and stuff, but like Barbie, they do that sometimes too. American Girl doesn't really do that, but they do more of a serious part, which I find is a little bit harder to manipulate when you're doing certain hairstyles with certain dolls. So it really just sort of depends. Now, they went for the blue-eyed color again. Now, this is a different outfit. I want to just point this out. I love the sketches, by the way, with the animator collection. Super cool. Even if it's just on the side of the box, I just love seeing all the sketches. It makes me want to draw really badly. Because I like they look more realistic, you know? They don't look too challenging, even though I'm sure they are very challenging to do. I would love to try sketching one of those just for fun. Now, this outfit is what she wears before she realizes she is a princess. So this particular one here is pretty unique. Oh, sorry guys, I kind of just closed the image there. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. You're on this one. Sorry. Okay, so I just find that this particular costume is a bit more relaxed. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of Snow White's initial sort of look when we start watching that and stuff. I find that you get two very different looks. One's a little bit more casual, and one's definitely, princess dress. But they have to have more of a casual look too, right? Every princess needs to have their downtime. Now that leads to like comfy cozy costumes, which were released in the Ralph Breaks the Internet movie, which I thought were really cool ideas and stuff like that. So I thought that was lots of fun that they sort of gave the girls more of a modern casual look, and Princess Aurora was one of those characters that they decided to do, which is pretty cool. This is another look at another animator doll. Now this one actually is pretty cool because I believe the dress lights up a little bit on this if you click the rose in the middle. So kind of fun for that. Now again, we have a lot of these dolls. If you guys would actually like to see them on the channel, then you let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your feedback, to sort of show more of our collection and stuff like that of actually what we have. Because we do have more than just American Girl dolls. And I think that is something with AGS that we, at the beginning, we were just doing that. But I think like to expand and sort of show more of the collections and stuff like that we actually do have, I think would be a lot of fun. And we could definitely do a lot of like more bedrooms and stuff like that with those particular things. So again, I think it would be lots of fun to be able to show you guys different collections that we have. So yeah, anyways, this is another animator doll. Now let's talk about American Girl dolls. So this is for all of you American Girl fans out there. Hi Bunny AG33, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know if you guys are finding it a bit blurry or hard to hear me. Just let me know in the chat and I will do the best that I can. Sometimes guys with streams, make sure that your internet connection is checked because just like mine, it is very important to have higher quality or better connection with your internet with streams and stuff like that for them to come out with great quality, especially if you are watching live. So again, if you guys are having any trouble, you can always let me know in the chat and I will do my best to improve that for you guys. My stream health though says that it's perfect right now, so not much I can do at the moment, but again, you can always just let me know. All right, so American Girl dolls. This is actually going to be, again, for you AG fans out there, this is going to be lots and lots of fun. Okay, so we have chosen a couple of dolls that we think could represent Princess Aurora. Now, again, it's up for debate. I mean, I'm pretty sure which one I think, but you guys, again, can always, let me know your opinion. I would love to hear it. Now, the first doll here, we're going to only use Truly Me dolls, by the way, that to sort of represent Princess Aurora. I feel like it's pretty important that we just use the Truly Me because they don't have like backstories, sort of like, for example, Caroline wouldn't have been a bad choice either. She's a historical doll, but she's also retired now and stuff. So we kind of thought to sort of create our own doll, use a Truly Me, and stuff like that would be a little bit funner to do because there's more of a variety as well, right? So here is Truly Me doll number 22. Now, on our channel, we've already given her a name, but that's totally fine. We can use her if we want to portray Aurora. But she is known as Elle on our channel. So if you guys have, watched some videos and you're like, ooh, which one's that again? She is known as Elle, and I think that she really portrays Princess Aurora quite well. I do wish her hair might have been a little bit longer and it had a little bit more curl to it. Like not too much, but just sort of giving it a bit more volume. Like a doll like Caroline, for example, her hair is too curly, I feel, to sort of represent her. But again, definitely something that I feel like if I had to choose like the perfect doll, this is pretty close to perfect. Oh, congratulations, you just got Sage a few weeks ago. Oh my goodness, we don't have Sage, but we've seen images of her, and yeah, I think she's an absolutely beautiful doll. Do you have any items from her collection, Bunny AG? Or do you just have the doll? And if you take some pictures of your doll, you can always tag us on Instagram and we'll make sure to like your photo if you have Instagram. All right, next, this is actually another shot of Elle, but this is the comparison beside one of the Aurora dolls, so you can kind of see here. I should have flipped and shown you guys a little bit earlier, so sorry about that, but this is the comparison between Elle and Aurora there, so you guys can get a pretty good look. I think that, again, Elle is sort of a very, very good choice, which is, again, Truly Me doll number 22. The number's in the corner. If you guys are just jumping into the stream now, the number in the corner represents the number of the Truly Me doll. Okay, the next doll that I think could be another possibility would be Truly Me doll number 27. Now, why her? Well, her hair is a little bit longer. She does have the blue eyes, the light skin tone and everything, which I think is pretty important. Again, like Elle, not much wave, but I know Elle's hair actually can get a little bit of like wave and flip to it. Phoebe's, which again, we call her Phoebe on the channel. So again, Truly Me doll number 27 is Phoebe to us. And again, she has more of the straight hair look, so maybe not the total best choice, but the length of her hair is definitely a lot closer to Princess Aurora for sure. Okay, so we have some feedback here that Bunny AG says that she thinks 27 looks more like Princess Aurora than 22. So does anybody else have any other feedback out there in terms of this? Now I know, again, Elle, I find her hair looks pretty straight here, but she can get a little bit of more volume and not curl, but a little bit of that wave that Aurora does have. So that is one thing, but if you guys have an opinion about that, absolutely, I'd love to hear it. Next, the next doll would be Truly Me doll number 63. Now, guys, she is unknown, no name to us. If you guys have her, you can always let me know in the chat. Now, 63, again, has the perfect eye color, I feel, and skin tone to Aurora, but her hair is a little bit short. So maybe if we were portraying Aurora as being a little bit younger, like a little girl, then, I could see, like, the baby doll and Truly Me 63. Like, I feel like if we were doing more of like a toddler look to her, then definitely number 63, I would say, would be the better choice for sure. But yeah, again, another doll that looks very similar to Aurora. 51. Okay, I would love to see 51. I don't have an image of her, but I can go on the AG site after when we talk about like what we're going to possibly put in her bedroom, which is going to be like any minute now. So definitely for sure that we can take a look at some other options. These were just the three that we picked to sort of represent Aurora. But again, we're totally open to other dolls for sure. I have a question here. Are you going to read any more audiobooks for American Girl? So at the beginning of the stream, we did talk a little bit about that, but I'll skip back to this just for a minute here. Absolutely. We are going to be starting with Mary Ellen because Mary Ellen did win the vote there. For which historical doll we were going to be doing and showing the collection and the audiobook. So we are going to be doing Mary Ellen, the one and only. We'll be starting with that. Hopefully you've been enjoying the live reading audiobooks. We did it for, if you guys didn't know, Blair Wilson. So we did both of her books. So there'll be a link to that. I'll leave one in the description after the stream to that playlist. Now we also, like, I did it, so I cut all the clips, so it's like one big giant video, like 3 hours or whatever, of all of the reading clips. So if you guys want to just binge watch or listen, you guys can totally do that. But if you want to just go by chapter, maybe you've already read the first few chapters, we have done them by chapter as well for you guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the audiobook readings. I find them pretty fun to do, and I like doing a little bit of the voice impressions as well. That's sort of something that I'm very passionate about. So if you guys like that, then you can always let me know. I love hearing feedback on that. So Ashlyn, yes, to answer your question, we will be doing more. And if there are any other American Girl books that you guys want me to read or anything like that, you can always just let us know in any of the comment sections, and make sure to check them out. Okay, so she looks like 27 with the bangs. Ooh, okay. So I am going to check that out. I'm really curious now. Like Kristen, also, are you doing any more giveaways in the future? Yes, we will probably be doing giveaways in the future. We don't have any set up at the moment, but yeah, giveaways is something that we still plan on doing. We're probably going to be doing more giveaways sort of spread out throughout the year. I think that will probably be something we do. Like Christmas is pretty important. So yeah, definitely we'll be doing one at Christmas, but we'll be doing some before then for sure. That I have to consult with my mom about that. So I'll keep you guys posted on when we do another giveaway. All right, so this is the part where we're going to be talking about things that we can incorporate in, or things that we should be trying to incorporate with Sleeping Beauty Aurora in her bedroom. Because again, we're doing her princess bedroom, so we want to make sure that we have some things that we can add on bookshelves and stuff like that, or images like either on the wall or like little tiny action figures or different things to sort of place anywhere, pictures. So just different stuff. Maybe a couple plushies for her bed. So there are different things that we can sort of do with this. Now, this is an image of the movie cover. So it kind of gives you a general idea of a few things in the movie, but yeah, pretty cool. Definitely this image gives us a couple of ideas already. I've been sort of thinking about this a little bit ahead of time, but obviously, again, there's going to be lots of stuff. I'm making one of the beds you did a video on. That's cool. Yeah, we've done a lot of different beds already and shown them in some of our bedroom setups and stuff like that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. We still have loads of beds that you guys haven't seen yet. So, this will be a good opportunity for you guys to be able to help us choose and get some other, some beds, obviously, for our room for sure. Okay, so these are just some images from the movie. Now, this is Aurora. This is after she's pricked her finger on the spinning wheel, and Prince Philip has come to wake her with a kiss. But this gives us a little bit of an idea of the drapery sort of along the sides of her bed, because obviously she has like curtains and stuff like that. Now, this isn't a bed that she technically like sleeps on very much, at least in the movie, because well, I mean, she spends a bit of time sleeping there, but this isn't like her bedroom. That was more at the fairy cottage. So that's definitely something to consider, that she's got a few different looks that you could totally do with this room. So this is, again, a shot of Princess Aurora. I just kind of took a few shots from the movie that I thought were pretty cool. Again, this sort of gives us a look at Princess Aurora, sort of what she looks like and what we could sort of incorporate. Like here, the rose and stuff that she's holding, like we can definitely add some roses and stuff like that, sort of as decor, sort of throughout the room. So again, just little things to think about. She's obviously, like, some of the jewels are red and white, so kind of going with that sort of diamond look. And again, maybe some red. Again, her lips are as red as the reddest rose. So again, sort of colors to sort of think about incorporating for sure in the room. Now this one's a little different. This is when Princess Aurora actually is in the forest. Now if you look, again, this movie is very old. This is actually the last Disney movie that last Disney princess movie that Walt Disney was actually a part of creating before he passed away. So I feel like I have a special connection with Princess Aurora in that regard, because obviously Walt Disney himself created so many wonderful princesses and had so many different ideas, obviously for Mickey Mouse and all of those sort of things that are such a staple in a lot of our lives these days, especially if we're Disney fans. So it was sort of, back then they couldn't do too much with a lot of the coloring and stuff for eyes during action shots. Like that was still something that even if you had blue eyes, you wouldn't always see a character having blue eyes. So this is pretty unique here, this shot, but we could definitely kind of get to see sort of a different side to Aurora, one that she has been living the majority of her life. Being very secluded, very alone, very casual, again, graceful and elegant, but at the same time, this is sort of more of a look that she sort of grew up with. Now, off to the side here are some of her friends. So some things that we can include in the bedroom for sure. We have the famous owl, who we'll see in a minute, his costume, which is pretty cool. If we could find like a plushie or something, that might be kind of fun to have in the room. But we can see she's like friends with birds and chipmunks and different things. So I'd say that is something that we can incorporate in terms of little accessories in the room. This is just a closer shot of the owl. Now, I think I have the other shot somewhere else, but anyways, I'll just tell you, we see the owl wearing some of Prince Philip's clothing and stuff like that. The bunnies are inside the boots, and they're using the boots to walk and stuff, which is pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, the owl is sort of who represents Prince Philip earlier on before Aurora meets him. So I feel like that's kind of cool to sort of maybe incorporate that look if we can find an owl to do that. This is a shot of the fairies, but a better shot of some of the room. When Aurora is sleeping, and I don't know, just some of the decor and stuff like that. Again, some of the detailing on the sheets. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think the fairies are going to need to be included, so we'll either need little figures or we'll need maybe, I don't know if they actually come like this. Like, I've never actually seen this, but if they had Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather as plushies, oh my gosh, think about how much fun that could be to put into a bedroom. Like, super fun, right? Again, this is another shot here of the bedroom. This is a little bit of a wider angle, so this is sort of looking through the window actually of the room where she spends her time sleeping. Again, we can see, like, if we're paying attention to a lot of the detail, a lot of the flowers and stuff that are sort of growing. So I think flowers are going to be pretty important in Aurora's room. We can get a look sort of at the gold trimming, maybe on the bed, that sort of stuff. Now, again, there's not a lot to go on, so it does give us a lot of different creativity options for Aurora. I feel like this is something that we can do a lot with. We don't have to go with this like old rustic castle look. We can totally spice this up into being something pretty unique for sure. It just sort of depends on what we want to do there. Now here is a shot of Prince Philip and Aurora dancing. This shows the blue dress, but again, during the scene, the fairies definitely have some fun with her princess dress, that's for sure. Now, the flooring I feel here was something that kind of caught my eye, something that maybe we can incorporate in the room. Again, the color, I don't really know whether this is supposed to represent, I believe, tile or marble type of thing. Which again, that's what I'm thinking, but we can kind of play around with that. But again, this is just some of the color schemes and stuff like that too that I wanted to show you guys. This is a GIF, that's why it's moving. But this is Princess Aurora's bed when she's at the fairy's cottage. So I feel like this also too gives me like a couple of ideas for that. Now, again, we don't have to use an American Girl bed for this. We can use whatever bed we want, but we are going to be talking about some of the American Girl products and stuff that we can use today. So I have a question of, have you seen the live action version of it? I'm assuming you're meaning Aurora. Well, it's really Maleficent. So I have seen the live action movie for Maleficent. There isn't really one that's specific to Aurora, I feel. I feel the live action Maleficent is extremely good, but very, very different to the original story, which is something I feel like Beauty and the Beast really covered with Emma Watson sort of as being Belle. Like, they really covered a lot of the stuff that we've seen before. I feel like, just as an example, right? It's just, I feel that really sort of touched on the original story quite a bit. But I don't feel that it was really touched on in the Maleficent movie. That's sort of my opinion there. Do you want to make a custom princess doll? So this is from AG Doll Fan Forever. Absolutely. I think that would be really fun to do. I think for this one, though, I think I will probably stick with an option from the Truly Me line. But that is definitely something maybe we could do when we do like a Frozen bedroom. That would be lots of fun to do. Definitely. Absolutely. Maybe we could do Anna and Elsa. I don't know. We could actually do it on a stream if you want. We could create and talk about some of the options. So, like, again, loads of ideas here that we can do together to sort of build and create the characters if that is something you guys are interested in doing. But yeah, would love to do custom doll. I know they take a little while to come in and stuff, so we would have to do that and then wait like, 4 to 6 weeks or something before it would come. So that is something we can definitely do in the months to come for sure, if that is something you're interested in. That's awesome. So she also loves making custom dolls and watching people make them. So definitely that is something that we could do in a video, or we could do in a live stream. Again, if you guys have any feedback for that, you can always just let us know in the comments or in the chat for sure. So it's entirely up to you guys what we do there. We are open to suggestions for sure. You're working on a custom boy doll right now. That is actually really cool. Very cool. I haven't played around with a custom boy doll yet, but I definitely played around with some custom girl dolls before. Definitely. Now, this is another shot of Aurora with her friends. I feel like it should have been a little bit earlier, but the image order is it's not that off. But these are some of the other characters here that we can include. I love the GIFs. I think they kind of just put all the GIFs sort of together in my photo album, but that's fine. Not a big deal. But yeah, it kind of gives a little bit of action to the video. I love it. This is Prince Philip and Aurora. I love this shot because it just shows a lot of her personality and stuff, her grace. Again, a lot of the colors that are used to sort of represent her as a character. It gives us a better look that she wears like a headband and more of this casual look, which is something that when they do dolls and stuff, they don't always like include. So that's kind of fun. And now, oh, here's the owl shot. Okay, so the owl shot here is where I was talking about a few minutes ago of the owl portraying Prince Philip. So that's definitely a really fun scene for sure, and a look that I would love to have in for the owl in a bedroom. Just my opinion on that. Now this sort of, I included this shot was because these are sort of the color schemes and sort of the look of her castle, and sort of, again, I feel like I still want to go with brighter colors and things like that, but again, we can go sort of the route of toning down a lot of those colors, making them a bit more earthy and stuff. Again, sort of depending, I think, on the look that we sort of go for in the bedroom, whether we make it a bit more modern or not. So yeah, this is just another look at Aurora here with some of her woodland creature friends. So here we can see the bunnies that I was talking about earlier, squirrels, chipmunks, birds. So definitely a lot of different things that we can incorporate for sure as sort of decorations and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, that is Princess Aurora from the movie and stuff like that, and the color schemes and things like that, different options that we can do. Again, there's not too much that... I guess there's just not too much that we can really take from a lot of those images. We can take the creatures, we can take the fairies, we can take some of the blues and the pinks that are used and stuff. But there's really not a lot when you think about it to go on. Like, I feel like some of the later movies and stuff, like Rapunzel, for example, or even Frozen, it gives us a little bit of a look into their rooms a little bit more, showing a lot more details, some different items that they have and things like that in their room. There wasn't just very much to a lot of these movies. So again, it does leave us a lot of creativity room for sure, but again, not much to go on. So again, it has to come from creativity or suggestions for sure. So yeah, I'm thinking that the bedroom should look pretty royal. I would like to do more of a royal look to the bedroom, but if you would like to see more of a cottage look, you can always let me know in the chat if that's something you're interested in. Now let's talk about the actual items for the bedroom itself. So let's look at some of the American Girl products and stuff that we can use. We'll look at... I guess we won't be looking at today very much of it, but we talked about some of the figures and stuff that we can use sort of as props. But again, I'm thinking that we should talk about more of the furniture now. So like the actual bed. So that is the last image in my slideshow here, but that leads me to go to the internet. Yay! Okay, so I've already pulled up the American Girl website. And for you guys, there's not that much on there right now. There definitely was a lot more bed options before. I don't know what is going on with that, but they're only showing a few beds actually being available. Now, we do have lots of different beds and stuff. I don't find the image qualities online super great. And again, this is just a rough outline, so we didn't take pictures of like all the beds we have or something and go through them, which is something we can do for later streams for sure, but I was just sort of looking for... I figured they'd have some more options online still, but they don't. So they have like Kit's bed, Melody's bed, the bunk bed, and bedding. I guess that's a 2-tier. I'd say that can be ruled out. I'm saying Melody's bed can be ruled out. Probably Kit's as well. Definitely just not something from that I feel is like either royal enough or even from that sort of time period at all. Now, Julie's bed, that's a little too funky. Nenea's bed, well, it's more like a couch, I guess, in terms of as far as the look of the bed goes. It definitely isn't royal enough. Now, I know that, like, Caroline's bed, for example, that is something that definitely could possibly be used. So it just sort of depends. Now, there is, like, a different look that we could go for, which is the hotel. So let's actually go to take a quick view of that. And of course it doesn't want me to zoom in on it. But anyways, that's pretty much a room right there in itself. But it does give some different furniture piece options. So actually, let's just go right into... I gotta close this. Sometimes it's a little tricky always, guys, on the iPad. We actually have this set all ready to use. Hi, all 18-inch dolls are welcome. That's a great name. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream today. Okay, so here are some of the items with the bed here. Again, the image quality is just not that great online. I'm not quite sure why that is. But anyways, it gives you sort of like a look. Now, the bed is attached to the wall in this set, so the bed really isn't an option unless you use the wall. Which is something that we could do, but I'm not quite sure if this is the right room for it. Now, at the end of the bed, now you can sort of see there's a little gray poof there and stuff that you can sit on, or, put your clothes on, whatever you want. So that particular thing there, like, we can add that to the end of one of the American Girl beds for sure. Something that we can do. I think that looks pretty royal, and I think would look pretty good in any princess bedroom, but especially Aurora's. Now, too, if we look over on the side here, there's also the, like, dresser and stuff. I think that would be another great option. And it has like a lot of the pinks on there to sort of represent Aurora. And again, that gold, which is going to match that sort of end thing. So I'm thinking those are some good sort of maybe furniture piece options. Now I'm thinking maybe the silver like nightstand, maybe not so much. But I mean, you can see maybe the flowers there. That might be a nice accessory to sort of add. Now again, we'll be using other products besides American Girl for the bedroom. So again, these are just some of the American Girl options though that we could definitely include. So I think that maybe the Grand Hotel has a lot of different options that we can use to make our bedrooms. So like you guys can make bedrooms too and stuff. And if you guys want to take pictures of how you sort of would set up your Princess Aurora bedroom, you can always tag us on Instagram. That'd be very cool. Or you can always email us too if you guys don't have Instagram. So that is just a look at some of the beds that are currently available online. Next, the one bed though I wanted to show you guys, and again, it's not on the site anymore, which I find is a bit weird, but Rebecca's bed. So she has two bed options. One is an older style, and one is a newer style. So the older style here is pink, obviously, with the gold and the white bedding. I think that is pretty beautiful. Again, these image qualities aren't great online. I don't know why, but they're just not. I guess we have to update the internet. But anyways, so this is pretty cool. I think this is a pretty beautiful bed and could definitely be one that could be used to sort of build Aurora's room. Also, too, this is the newer look to Rebecca's bed. It is white and it's got some of the pink on it. I think that's a better option if we're using an American Girl bed. Again, there are other beds that we can use from other companies and stuff like that as well. But if we're just going on American Girl here, then I would say this one is probably, I would think, the better option because of the bedding and stuff like that comes with it. I mean, we can always add stuff, but if we were just going for the whole package there, I think that this one would be kind of the ideal option for sure. I think very princess, very royal. I think that would be kind of perfect for a princess bedroom. I know there are other options and stuff like that out there. But again, I love the look of Rebecca's bed, and I think that is like a serious consideration that we could do. Now next, here are some other, I just typed in American Girl doll beds. So here are some other options here. There's the canopy bed, which is pretty beautiful, which is this one right here. I believe we've used that to do a bedroom before with one of our other dolls. Is that, like, I really, really like the look of this bed. I think that is something, like, I know the teal maybe doesn't work so much, but definitely a very, royal looking bed and stuff like that with a lot of the drapery around it and stuff. So, the curtains, that sort of look. I think that could definitely be an option for sure. I mean, there is the trundle bed too, but I think that I know we've used that in a bedroom before, but I think that's a little bit heavier of a bed, and I don't think it's like ideal for Princess Aurora, but definitely a good bed to use at some point, maybe for another Disney princess or another character sort of bed, depending on what we do. I mean, there are other Disney characters that aren't princesses that we could do, for sure. All right, so those are some of the looks at some of the other bed options and stuff like that. Now, I wanted to take a look too at Chapters Indigo to see if they had any of the beds still available, guys. And really, a lot of them are limited now. I'm not quite sure why that is, but the beds are definitely a little bit harder to come by for sure. So anyways, here's a look at some of the beds that are at least online on Chapters. They're not, again, there are American Girl products, but again, there's not a lot of options when you go to American Girl or to Chapters right now. There hasn't been as many releases either from American Girl, which is something that, I don't know, I feel like they've kind of slowed down. There was a lot of re-releases before the last couple of years, and then I feel like they've sort of slowed down a little bit on them. So I feel like there's maybe not as much option, and they're not selling a lot of the options that they had like years ago. So I don't know. I feel like they need to sort of come back and put out some of the older styles if they're not going to put out new stuff for us. My opinion on that, for sure. But Anyways, here's a couple historical beds that I'm not opposed to using. Now, I know we've got a few of them for sure. Like this is Caroline's bed here. This one we do have. This is actually a good quality image, so this is fun to look at. We definitely would change the sheets up, but definitely the idea of the bed for sure could be a possibility of a look that we could go for. There's Samantha's bed, which I think is really, really pretty. I definitely think that, I really like sort of that upper part. I think this is another fantastic option that they definitely could use for sure, or that we could use as a possible bedding and also bed. So a lot of really great options there. Now, again, for the bedroom, we'll need lots of little accessories and things like that. So definitely going to look for some little figures for the fairies. Going to be looking for a lot of pinks and blues, I think, for this particular one. Not so much purples, but definitely a lot of pinks and blues I want to use. I want to use some gold, like her tiara, if we look at this image, is gold. So there's going to be, I think, a lot of different stuff that we can do for sure with that. Now, I did say I was going to look at some of the American Girl Truly Me dolls. So we can go ahead and type that in here. Truly Me. Search. Okay, so we want 72. Can we filter these a little bit? No. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate. I thought we could. Here's Truly Me 27, which we talked about, which is Phoebe. There's a shot of her. We're just looking for blondes pretty much at the moment. We saw 63 there, which I showed you guys earlier in the stream and compared it definitely with Princess Aurora. Now, there is Truly Me 24. She has dark eyes, though, and I believe freckles as well. But definitely the hair definitely could be something that definitely represents Princess Aurora for sure. That longer, more waved to it. Then there's 53. I think someone had said 51, but I'm not sure if 51 is retired, and I think that that's what I was thinking, and I think that was Bunny AG, and I think she actually clarified that she thinks it's retired too. So yeah, it's a little interesting. Hi, Aqua AG Productions. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. I was going to say this morning, but it's almost not the morning here anymore in like 5 minutes. So should pay attention to that. Truly Me 22, which we talked about, Al. I was thinking this would be the one that I would say looks most like her, especially like in this shot, it doesn't show that her hair has like any wave or body to it, but it does have a lot of body. So this is our L, and we call her L, and she definitely is probably, I would say, one of our most beautiful for sure. Now this one here, 56, this is Ellen. Blonde hair, blue eyes, yes, but freckles and very short curly hair. So I'm gonna say no until like it's Ellen. We can't use Ellen for this. I would never be able to take it seriously. There's no way. Here's 78. Blonde hair, brown eyes, I believe. Yeah. I know that's just sort of zooming in at a bit of a distance, but again, another option, but I'm thinking we should be sticking with more blonde hair, blue eyes, at least for Aurora. 53, I'd say no. 24, no. These are better quality images for sure for you guys to see. I don't know why the other ones weren't so good. We got a few pages of this, guys. A few pages. Yeah, okay, so it's just showing the dolls again here. Yeah, here we go. They're not in order. I wish they were a bit in order or had them like we could select it to only search for blondes or something. That'd be a little bit easier. So this is just another look through the dolls that we were already looking at before. Now it's just going into clothing. Yeah. So anyways, that was a look at some of the other options that we definitely could do in terms of dolls to represent Princess Aurora. So if you guys have any feedback, you can you can put it in the chat. You can put it in the comments below if you're watching this a little bit later. But I think that is pretty much everything that we can sort of discuss about with her bedroom, at least for now. I know there's still like detailing like carpets and things like that if we wanted to add any of that to the room. But I think that's something that, I don't know, I think we'll just play around with as we start putting the room together. So hopefully that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks for you guys. And I think that would be a lot of fun to be able to post this. If you guys like the idea of doing princess bedrooms, or if you guys would like to see us do some Barbie-sized bedrooms as well, for the Disney princesses or for any of the characters, you guys can always just let us know, and we are taking sort of any feedback that you guys have for us in terms of characters and things like that. So it could be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys give this stream a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit that little bell for post notifications. Share it with your friends. Also, because we are more than happy, as I said, to hear lots of different ideas for future videos. So thanks guys for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye!